Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Pedovich here. Well, the nor'easter has arrived and it's just going to start ramping up as the day goes on. This morning it's been light, steady rain, but it's going to slowly get stronger and stronger. What I mean by that is heavier and heavier rain, and we're going to see the winds pick up. The thing that I will caution you is don't let your guard down on the winds. The winds are kind of going to be delayed compared to the rain, so the strongest winds will not move in until probably after 4 o'clock. So this evening, even as the rain begins to move out, we'll see the strongest winds around. But you can see the surface low. We're getting all kinds of reports of flash flooding and stuff down to the south into parts of North Carolina into South Carolina along the coast. I'm going to put up some of the storm tracks here in a minute and kind of show you some of the reports we're getting. But down in the Charleston area, they're getting absolutely clobbered right now with flash flooding, coastal flooding, and heavy rain and storms. In the Charlotte area, you can see the leading edge of the heavier rain bands. They're kind of just off to the south. And I'm going to switch to the local radar here in a second to kind of show you where that heavy rain is in comparison to Charlotte. Most of this is light rain right now, but what I want to do is show you the surface temperatures because not only is it pouring rain, but it is cold. Temperatures are generally in the 40s, and the wind gusts, I'll show you where the wind gusts are the highest, so you can see where they're starting to pick up to the south, generally down in this area, and that wind is going to rotate back in this direction. So if we go in closer, I'll turn off the larger print here so you can see. So most of the wind gusts have been around 15 to 20 miles per hour. It's not until you get closer to the coast you see the 30-mile-an-hour gusts. So far the winds have not been a big story yet, but I would anticipate that becoming an issue as we get later into the day. I think the real issue you're going to see here is probably going to be just rainfall until, like I said, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. So you see this heavy rain move in. You can see this band of kind of orange and yellows. This is what is going to be moving in probably around the middle of the day. And what's going to happen, what's kind of interesting about this setup, because the low pressure is here on the coast, right? You see it moving kind of up the coast. What happens in these scenarios is you see this band or this deformation zone, sometimes we refer to it as really heavy precipitation on the northwest side. As the low moves up here, this pivots back this way and kind of sets up like long ways. So you'll end up seeing this long band of heavy rain somewhere right over the Piedmont as we go into the afternoon and the early evening hours. I'll quickly show you the local radar. This is the Doppler radar out of Greenville, Spartanburg, and you can see that heavy rain band kind of sitting over the Midlands of South Carolina, and it's starting to creep closer. So in Charlotte, Monroe, Rock Hill, Fort Mill, TKK, Lancaster, I mean, it's pouring down on the south side of our viewing area. Whereas you go north, it's much lighter rain up here. So as this heavy rain band moves up, that's when you're going to see the downpours really accelerate. And remember, it's been raining most of the morning, so we're saturating things. It starts steady and ramps up as we go into the afternoon as that band moves up. So let's take a quick look at the Futurecast. We'll kind of go to the Futurecast here and show you what happens into the rest of the day. So we're going to stick with just short range, rapid refresh stuff. This is the next 18 hours. So we go to noon today. You can see the heavy rain moving to the north. I'll back this up. We'll go to noon right there. You can see the low pressure during your Savannah, but look at the heavy rain bands. I'll widen this out a little bit just so you can see the whole coast here. We go into the afternoon hours. We'll go to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So you see some of the heaviest rain is probably going to be this evening. And as the low pressure gets closer, you see it over Charleston, that's probably where we're going to see the strongest winds develop. And then you get into 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So this evening could be really rough. And then you start to see some thunderstorms trying to sneak in here. So I think I-95 is a cutoff for the severe weather threat. But man, in the Charlotte area, the heavy rain. Now on the coast, you got to watch these bands of heavy rain because these have supercells in them. These could have tornadoes in them as they move up to the north and east. And the low pressure gets to Myrtle Beach by 11 o'clock tonight and moves towards Wilmington closer to like 2 a.m. So it moves right up the coast. I mean, this is your classic nor'easter. It is literally riding up the coast as we go through time. Let me quickly show you the severe weather outlook today, just to show you the areas that we're most concerned about for that severe weather. I'm going to remove the data here just in a second, just so you can see it. Whoops, let me turn off the dew points. But you can see that's the severe weather risk today. So those are the areas we're going to watch for severe weather as we go into the afternoon. And as far as the wind gusts, I do want to quickly just show you the wind gusts in the same area. I'm going to plot this as I'm talking to you. So we'll stop this. And you can see the wind gust right now, not much, 20 to 30. If you get into the yellows, you're getting into the 30s and 40s. So we'll go through time and you get into the 4 or 5 o'clock time frame. So in the Charlotte area, if we're going to see power outages, it's going to happen tonight when these winds start to go up. And just to show you some of these wind gusts, 35, 40 miles an hour, right there to me seems to be the highest wind gusts. So you start seeing those look a little high to me, but let's hope it's not that high. But that's 7 o'clock tonight. So just to give you a quick, I'll tally some of those. So in that band that pivots back to the west, not only is it going to have heavy rain, but that is likely going to be the strongest wind. So this is just the beginning, folks. We're getting into it right now. This is the beginning of what's going to be a wet and windy day. Don't let your guard down because things seem, well, not too bad right now. It's actually going to get a lot worse as we go into the afternoon. I'll show the radar one more time. There it is. Moving to the northeast pretty quickly. This is going to be the rest of the day as this low pressure moves up the coast. It's a complete washout with increasing winds, heavier rain, possible scattered power outages, and temperatures. If we're lucky, we'll get into the low 50s.